Hi, welcome to Ranging Country. I'm Lawrence,
And I'm Peter.
and we're here to bring you honest reviews of airguns and shooting equipment. Okay, so in today's video, we've got a review of the brand new Brocock or newly rebranded BRK Pathfinder. So this is essentially a commander with a shorter barrel. Little hunting rifle, but you'd also be able to use it down the range. Available in 177, 22 and 25, and they're a brilliant little rifle.
Now, interestingly, you say it's a short commander. Now, you could also describe it as a little bit of a redesigned
Ranger.
Ranger, yeah.
It's like a Ranger with a big bottle.
It is, yeah. Now, the Ranger proved extremely popular for us, didn't it? So compact. Massive drawback on it, though.
There's only on 40 or 50 odd shots per fill.
You say 40 or 50. I reckon you could have been down to 20 if you only filled to 200. I think 20 good shots was what I'd quote people, to be honest. But that was its drawback. Its size was fantastic, as you know the sales proved. It went down a storm. But this has addressed the issues that we suffered with the Ranger, and it's perfection.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just about perfection.
Yeah. Let's get into why we think it's so good.
Okay.
So in terms of features then, what this rifle actually comes with, it's a obviously very short little rifle. We've got a fold-in stock on the back, which is also collapsible, so that will extend in and out, that sort of thing. That is a standard AR style buffer tube and stock, so any interchangeable stocks you can get onto there. Obviously fold in at the back here, there's your hinge. You've also got side lever on it, just the same as the Ranger, just same as all the new Brocock lineup. And you've also got a Picatinny rail up on top here, which is where we've obviously got this demo scope on today.
Now Brocock have started putting these as standard on the rifles, haven't they?
Yeah. These
Picatinny rails. Previously they were an option, but I like that they're standard now, so you can either have them or not have them.
Yeah, it's a bit more tactical as well, and also for your night vision bits and bobs. It's just straight out the box and it clicks straight on.
Yeah, definitely. Now you mentioned this side lever, Lance. May I just add how smooth this side lever actually is on these Brococks and on this gun? That is just so smooth.
Yeah,
nice
and easy. Low effort.
Very low effort, yeah. And it's quite a short throw lever as well. It's not a huge, you know, like like certain other guns where you've got a side lever that's sort of 3.5 inches plus. It's a nice short throw. Obviously that's still cocked from where we took the magazine out. But yeah, that is very nice to do while it's still in the shoulder, that one. Twin gauges on the side here. Regulator. Now I'm not always a big fan of having a regulator gauge on a rifle. How about you?
The only thing you'd use it for really is if something goes wrong in general, not necessarily with these, which is handy to see, I guess.
I suppose it is, yeah.
But then on the flip side of that, you might think there's something wrong if it's 5 bar more one day, or if it's 2.5 bar lower than your mate who's just got one.
Now we've had that on the digital rifles, haven't we? Where they it shows the pressure on the digital readout on the rifles, and people are very anal about that, aren't they? We've found,
because it shows you that as a number. So
as a number, yeah.
106, you might think, oh, 105, it should be 106.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously on the mechanical gauges, you wouldn't notice.
No, when you take a shot, you generally see them flicker as the regulators fill in, don't you?
Yeah.
I suppose it's like a lot of vehicles have stopped putting temperature gauges on the rifle, on the dashboard, and the instrument cluster. Purely, I think the reason is because you're getting too much information when you've got all these different gauges. In the old days, you'd have a temperature gauge, you'd have an oil pressure gauge, oil temperature gauge maybe, and information overload really, and
Yeah.
just get on, drive it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of perhaps stuff that you don't need to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, so in terms of the stock, it's fully ambidextrous. Again, we've got a nice ambidextrous pistol grip here, nice black synthetic stock, and a fully adjustable trigger, including twistable match grade trigger blade here as well. So let's decock this before we. There we go.
Now that's adjustable for. You can move that. I don't know if the top camera can actually see this, where you can actually move the trigger blade along that rail, can't you? So your position of the blade is adjustable, as well as the angle of the blade. Nice little touch, I think, for different sized hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving forward here, we've also got underneath this sort of muzzle brake looking thing, standard 1/2-inch UNF thread, so you'll be able to get any sort of silencer on there. Now it's a shrouded barrel as well, isn't it? And the Ranger was a pain for it, being very, very loud because it's such a short barrel.
That's right. Yeah.
This is not quite as standard, but with the shroud makes it a little bit more bearable.
Still got a little bit of a bark to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how things are with a short barrel, though.
If you use it on the Ranger, I quite like the look of that muzzle brake pseudo flash hider, if you like.
Yeah.
A little bit tactical looking. Soon put a moderator on, it's going to change the report of the muzzle dramatically. But it's one of the drawbacks of a short barrel.
Absolutely.
You know, we get this time and time again, don't we?
Yeah. So just to bring back to your regulator point, you've got one standard gauge there, which is a Brocock gauge, and then your second one says Humour all over it.
Humour.
So these rifles, all Brococks, are Humour regulated. They're, I believe, a Swedish company, are they?
Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
We're just waiting for delivery from them ourselves for
bits and bobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously regulated rifle. Shot count on this, obviously, as you can see here, it's a 300cc carbon bottle. Allegedly, you get up to 200 shots per fill.
That's a lot of shots out for a rifle this size.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's their sort of vague term, so I don't know whether it's more in the 2.2 or if it's less in the 177. But you'll get around 200 shots, which is, I mean, 5 to 10 times more than what the Ranger gave.
Yeah, it is. It's a massive improvement, isn't it? Now these are 250 bar fill. I think they are, aren't they? Not that we ever fill anything to 250 bar. We only ever fill to 200. Don't know why. But yeah, you'd probably need to fill to 250 to get your full shot allocation.
Yeah. And last little feature, do you want to run us through the magazine?
Oh yes, I will. Now, these magazines, these are the new version of the Brocock magazines. Very, very similar to the Daystate magazines, except they don't fit the Daystate guns, which people who have a Daystate and they have a Brocock are not happy about. One guy on the range yesterday says, "Oh, they're the same magazine as a Wolverine, aren't they?" I said, "Well,
unfortunately,
nearly. They've got this slot in the back on the Brocock ones that fits into the rearmost part of the barrel, like the barrel extension at the back, and that slots in there. The Daystate magazines have a groove sort of halfway up the magazine, somewhere there.
Yeah,
and then
pin poking out.
Pin and a magnet to locate them positively. These use a ball bearing. But this one, it clearly says on the front caliber. Open the flap, preload it. Very nice quality aluminium build on this. First pellet in, and then fill in the rest. This was in 2.2, and I believe it is 11 shot.
11 shot 2.2. Yeah. 13 in 177 and 10 in 2.5.
Okay. Little magnet on there. Look, one of the modern neodymium, if I've said it right, and just keeps that shut. Holds it in place. Smart little bit of kit. Not the cheapest to buy as an extra. Good quality though, and they shouldn't need much maintenance at all, if any.
They are one of the more expensive factory magazines,
They are.
but there's a bit more to them than the cheap stuff. They're like you say, all metal. They've got
Yeah.
magnets and bits and bobs in them.
Quite a lot of plastic nowadays, aren't they? And bits to drop, bits to break, bits
In
to
the
go
other magazines,
brittle.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Also comes with a single shot tray as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's in the box somewhere. Down there.
Yeah.
Okay, so going into handling then, I know you're the one that sort of had to go with it more than I have. You've been the one that's zeroing it, ready to shoot it in a little while. So what did you think of it?
I've had a little bit more than a go with it. I've had quite a bit of a play with it. I do like my Brococks, and this is no exception. I found it to be quite pellet fussy.
Okay.
Now, there was a lot of pellets it didn't like. Hades were fairly good on it, but it really liked Air Arms Field,
Okay.
which, fair enough. As long as I found a pellet that it likes, I'm happy. The trigger, really, I should have probably spent a bit more time adjusting the trigger than shooting the rifle, but that's the boring bit.
Because it's such a short rifle, do you mean? Because there can be short rifles, short or light rifles, can be a bit floaty in the shoulder.
They can, and I think when they are, it's even more. That trigger control is even more important. That steady pull, steady squeeze on that trigger, making sure that you're not pulling the gun off center as you're firing it at the last split second. I probably should have had less fun time with it and more adjustment time, but sorry, couldn't help myself. You just, especially with the 2.2, nice big pellets, open the mag up, put them in, straight in the gun, and you're popping away at the paper and the steels, and yeah, it's we don't get an awful lot of chance to have a shoot of rifles. We're very busy here, but when we do, and it's a nice rifle, I like to take full advantage of it, which I did.
Fair enough. Now I'll bore you with the numbers. Weight apparently is 2.6 kilos. Obviously with no scope on it, it's about 3.1 with this.
I just put it on the scales with I know you moaned at me for putting it on the scales with the scope on, but you don't shoot it without a scope on, do you? So really, I think that figure, it's quite a big scope, Viper Pro scope, MTC. Again, the scope I got on really well with. 3.1 kilos. It's not a lot, is it?
That's with scope, yeah.
That's with a big scope on it.
Not a great deal at all.
No.
Obviously, we haven't got a silencer on it, so that was a little bit. But
Yeah.
even with everything all sorted with the mod and the scope on, it'd be great to carry around, walk around, hunting, that sort of thing with.
And it's still a backpack rifle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because as we said on that, I mean, that is very, very nice. That will go in. That will go in your backpack. In fact, I'm going to go out of convention.
I don't know what he's going for. I'll carry on with the rest of the numbers. Folded length 416mm, allegedly. Is that right?
No, it's not.
What does that mean then? Where have they got 416 from?
Now to the back of the rifle, we're 500. To the back of the scope, I'm about just under 510. So
That's just where you've got that particular scope, though, isn't it?
yeah, probably without the muzzle brake on, we could be 4.
What is it extended? I can't extend it for now.
Let me have a look.
This is probably something we should have actually done before the video.
But so many people, I mean, they trust the factory figures, don't they? And I don't. I like the old trusty.
I mean, it's probably
Stanley. Where we've got the stock at present,
without the
755.
Overall length of 616. I don't know how they've got that. Is that that? No, it's not even
670. That's without them. So go to the end of the muzzle brake.
Okay.
715.
That's the shortest.
That's the shortest. So what is it longest? So it's under 795. 31 1/4 inches for for the older generation who prefer proper British measurements.
Means absolutely nothing to me.
Doesn't it? Yeah. I forget how much younger you are. Yeah, but I do like to weigh things myself and measure things myself. Just something you do. So let's pop him back up there.
Okay, so that's well, I think that's the actual measurements of this particular rifle and the weight of this particular rifle.
Yeah.
We've given our opinions on what it feels like and everything. So I reckon we're going to shoot him. Okay, here we are with Pathfinder. Let's give it a go and see how it shoots.
Or rather, let's see how I shoot. More to the point. Now we're loading up with Air Arms field pellets in 5.52 because I found in testing this was quite pellet fussy.
When you say pellet fussy, what others did you try?
Hades, JSB, Jumbos, FTT, Bisley Magnums, Daystate Sovereigns, Hades. A few.
Okay. But it like the tried and tested Air Arms.
Didn't like the Normas. The Air Arms were the best, yeah. Now, I will say, and I've said this before, that shotguns aren't my favourite. I don't seem to be able to perform that well with a shotgun. Don't know what it is.
I like the fact that you said that after you shot.
Just getting those excuses out there. It's all about that trigger control with this gun, I think. Maybe should have lightened the trigger off. Might have been a good idea. We did find, as I said, that we found the Air Arms field pellets were the best in this rifle. But it's just a superb rifle, isn't it? I know we do like Brococks. I think they've got an awful lot to offer, certainly in stature and performance. Yeah, well, that's. I dropped one shot. I admit that one. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy with my performance there.
Okay, cool.
I've done a lot worse in the past.
Okay, so to summarise, it's the Brocock Pathfinder. It's a short little rifle, ideally for hunting, or you could use it for target shooting. It can be a little bit wavy in the shoulder. You're perhaps not going to. It's not going to be as consistent as a target rifle would be on the range, but it's short, compact, easy to use,
Big shot
easy
count.
to walk about with. But a decent shot count.
Big shot count, yeah, for its size. Yeah, when we're talking about the Ranger, and it's not predecessor, it's brother in the range. Yeah, much bigger shot count. Winner for me.
All the mod cons, fully adjustable trigger, nice and easy side lever, regulated, shrouded barrel, silencer, everything, all the bells and whistles.
It really has got the lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We like it. We are fans of Brocock.
We are.
I find them very easy to get on with. Yeah. Anything more for you to say?
Give it a go. Pick one up, have a shoot, see what you think. I'm not usually a fan of the shorter guns, as I've said in different videos. I don't get on with them as well as I do a longer rifle, but this is a cute little thing. This is, and you've got a big shot count. I don't, what's the nut to like about it? Yeah. Pick
Okay.
one up, have a go, see what you think. That's all I can say.
Yeah, perfect. Well, that's everything from us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you.